Well, good morning and welcome to today's episode of Transformed. Today I want to talk to you about catch the little foxes.
Welcome to today's message with Pastor Jim Balzano.
Before I go any further, I want to thank Made by Vogel and Park Home for many of the things you see in our studio. You know, you might notice I got a hat on today, and on this hat is a fox. Now, this fox emblem has to do with BMX, and it has to do with motocross, and I'm not really into that, but I saw the hat one day and I liked it, so I bought it. But it got me to thinking about what I would speak about on today's episode of Transformed. One day I was driving down 17th Street, coming to the church. It was early in the morning, and all of a sudden this phrase popped into my mind that said, "Catch the foxes." And I was like, what does that mean? And then I was reminded of the verse in the Song of Solomon that says, "Catch the foxes, the little foxes that spoil the vine, for our vines have tender grapes." The idea here is that love is the fruit of that which grows on the vine. The idea here is that love is like this relationship that births fruit on a vine. This budding relationship of love between the bride and the groom was something that was reminiscent of fruit on a vine. The admonition of this scripture was to catch the fox before it would destroy the fruit that was on the vine. You catch the fox before it can destroy the vine, before it produces the grapes. If a fox is allowed to get in and get to the vine or the root, then there would be no fruit. You see, the fox was a predator. A predator comes to steal. It comes to kill. It comes to destroy. Yet, the scripture says that predator can be caught. And if it was caught, it would then hinder it from destroying what was on the vine. The predator could be caught if they were proactive rather than reactive. Think about how many times in our life we're reactive to things when we should be proactive. If we were proactive in something, how we would avoid some of the things we find ourselves in sometimes. The predator, while an enemy, he's an enemy that can be defeated. You see, this love relationship between the bride and the groom in the Song of Solomon is certainly something that is symbolical of the relationship that Jesus wants with us. Him, the bridegroom, us, the bride. There's fruit that he wants to see as a result of that relationship. Matter of fact, this is what Jesus said in John chapter 15. He said, "I am the vine, and my Father is the vine dresser. Every branch in me that does not bear fruit, he takes away. And every branch that bears fruit, he prunes so that it'll bear more fruit." He says, "You are already clean because of the word which I spoke to you. Remain in me, and I in you." There's a relationship. Just as the branch cannot bear fruit of itself, but must be remain in the vine, so neither can you unless you remain in me. I'm the vine, you're the branches. The one who remains in me and I in him bears much fruit, for apart from me, you can do nothing. There it is. It's right there. The relationship between him and us looks like the vine and the branch, the vine and the fruit. The fact is, there's an enemy, a predator, that wants to steal, kill, and destroy that fruit. And he will do it before it appears if he can get to the vine. He will eat at it, he will chew at it, and do it while it's still in blossom. It reminds me of the book of Acts. In the book of Acts, there was constantly these little foxes that just tried to destroy the church that Jesus was birthing. The promise of Jesus is fruit out of relationship with him. The purpose of the predator is to steal, kill, and destroy the fruit. Yet you and I are to be those who would catch the fox before it destroys the fruit. We are to be proactive in doing so. One of the things we have to do, though, is we have to begin to identify what are those foxes? What do they look like? What are the little foxes in our lives that maybe we don't even see that is eating away at the love relationship we're to have with Jesus? And so what I'm going to do is over the next number of weeks, I'm going to talk about the different types of little foxes that are seeking to destroy the fruit while it's still on the vine. But for this week, here's what I want to leave you with. This is what Jesus desires. He desires a love relationship with you and I. He desires that sometimes, let's face it, more than we do. And in this relationship, there's a promise. And that promise is that we will bear fruit. And that we will bear fruit that Bible says that will remain. But Just as Jesus desires that love relationship with us that produces fruit, we have a predator who hates us, hates Jesus, hates God, and wants to destroy that fruit. And what he's going to do is he's going to come in, creep in, and try to destroy the vine while the fruit is still in bloom. So it's incumbent upon us that we catch the foxes before it destroys the fruit. So over the next few weeks, that's what we're going to do. Have a great week.